Jai Hind, friends. As we all know, that Desh is observing the 50th anniversary of Bangladesh Liberation War throughout the month of December 2021. And today, when the nation is celebrating the 50th anniversary of Vijay Divas, 16 December, Desh is also here to have a discussion with Colonel Gurushadev Bachobal sir about to about to know the brief overview of the 71 war. As we read in the books, as we read in the articles, as we heard that Bangladesh war was a pre-planned war fought by Indian Army and Air Force and Navy, and along with the border security forces. So today, our very own Botokbal sir will tell us uh, about the detail about the 71 war. And recently, Botokbal sir wrote a book after detailed study and research. He wrote a book, The Politico-Military Strategy of Bangladesh Liberation War, and we will discuss about the book also. Sir is showing the book, and we will discuss about it in our discussion also. So, at the very beginning, sir, I will just request you to give us a very brief of the background of Bangladesh war, because we heard that it is a war that was pre-planned, like 65 and 47, 99, the war we have to fought against Pakistan, that all were actually we were attacked by the neighbors as enemies and we had to defend ourselves. But for Bangladesh war, as we heard that it was pre-planned by us, many political scenarios, many social scenarios actually, made us bound to go for a war. So I will request you to first give us an account about the background of this liberation war.
Thank you, Anasua, and thank you, Adrija and Desh. At the outset, let me tell you, Bangladesh war, or rather secession of Pakistan, that happened, it has seed in the partition of India. So it started from there. On 11th June 1947, as you are aware that Mr. Muhammad Ali Jinnah, when he wanted these partitions and Muslims League on the basis of two nations theory, he said very grandly that Pakistan will be such a nation where there won't be any religion, where there won't be any discrimination. It will be an ideal democracy. But while Mr. Jinnah was alive, that very time only, his own ideals, the dreams that he sold and created Pakistan, his own ideals were changed. End of that year, 1947, end of that year, there was a declaration by government of Pakistan that Urdu will only be national language. Their public service commissions examinations, their banknotes, their postal stamps, from everywhere, that Bengali was removed. So that is the first promise that was flouted, it was by Mr. Jinnah himself. Though I have to go back to one odd minutes I have to spend that why partition happened, whether it is Mr. Jinnah to be blamed alone or not, this is highly, it's a subject of great depth. Only thing I can tell you this much, with full sincerity in my mind, that Jinnah was not alone in that game. And in that game of madness, there are many others too, firstly. And secondly, there was a mad race. And in my book, I used a sentence that people, the politicians, the leaders, they were more worried about the to become the kings. They were running to become the kings, forgetting their own kingdom. So kingdom was not more important, kingship was. Now the next thing is the Lahore Regulations of 1940, that is the basic document of Pakistan. Mr. Fazlul Haq of East Bengal, then he was the Prime Minister of Bengal. As you are aware, those days the chief ministers, it was a province, so they used to be called Prime Minister. Like Prime Minister of Bengal, he was the one who proposed in that Lahore, that resolution, March resolution of 1940. But there was a clause. The clause was not of an independent nations. It was, the Muslim majority areas would be separate, autonomous. So that clause was also violated. Pakistan as a nation took shape, or rather took the actual political shape since 1946. Before that, between 1940 and 46, there are of course noise about it, but it was more of that noise was to, as a bargaining plot. It was not a very serious political thought of having a separate homeland. So that has to be understood. And Mr. Fazlul Haq, who proposed this under, on the request of Mr. Jinnah, because Fazlul Haq of Bengal was a very tall leader then, within 3 months, they fell apart and he left that Muslim League. So we know the background, what has happened. And about the, post-partitions. So first thing, the first hit the Bengalis got, what? That language, your mother tongue, which for hundreds of years you are talking, you are used to, that will not be anymore the national language. And the funniest thing is, 55% people who are living in East Pakistan, rather East Bengal then, till 1955, it was known as East Bengal. And 45% of the Pakistanis who are living in West Pakistan. 7% of the total population spoke Urdu. And more than 50% spoke Bengalis. A sizable person spoke Punjabis. So Bengali speaking people were the highest. And Urdu speaking people were, you can say, the lowest. But just to enforce the Perso-Arabic culture, they decided, the politicians at the helm of affairs decided that language would be Urdu. In 48, Mr. Jinnah came to Dhaka, and when it was questioned, he again said, it was very bad timings, he again said that Urdu and only Urdu will be the national language of Pakistan. The reason, there are 2-3 things. The Pakistanis always thought East Bengalis, they were a lesser kind of human being vis-a-vis that. There was a racial discrimination. And they always thought that Bengali is, as it is derived from Sanskrit and Pali and all these languages. So it's a Hindu language. It's not a Muslim language. So that was the idea behind to enforce the Perso-Arabic culture. Now, therefore, what happened that 21st February 1952 is a red letter day in the history of Bangladesh, where Bhasha Andolan, that is the language movement, there are 6 students, they were killed. And that famous song that came about, আমার ভাইয়ের রক্তে রাঙানো 21শে ফেব্রুয়ারি আমি কি ভুলিতে পারি 21st February curdled with the blood of my brothers, can I ever forget? And that brought all political parties together in one platform. And the should I say, Pan Bay of Bengal, there is a new, that nationalism that started, it triggered. Like, say, for example, Maulana Bhashani's, he was in a left group, but they all joined. And so there was a unity as far as the language issue was concerned. And ultimately, after a lot of fights, in 1955, if you see the language there, when it was accepted, but while the language was accepted, the travesty of the fact is that at that stage, the name that was East Bengal, at the same time, it was on the same day, it was changed to East Pakistan. I give something, I take away something. So that was the language issue. But language issue, as I told you, it brought them together quite a bit in thought process. Second thing that I would like to say, that this language issue, though accepted in principle, but it was not accepted from the heart of heart. In 60s, when Mr. Aub Khan, Field Marshal Aub Khan was president, he once again tried to change it. There were ban on import of Bengali books from Calcutta. Rabindra Sangeet was banned by the Pakistan radios, that it cannot be played. Now tell me, can Rabindranath, can Nazrul Islam, can Jivanananda Das, can Jasimuddin, can Lalan Fakir, can they be separated? No, they cannot. They cannot be separated just by a government order. And then that was the time, then, the artists of Bengal, they got together and they, fought back. They fought back in the sense that they started celebrating in a big way. Shilpi Samaj, they started celebrating it in a big way. And Poila Boshek, they started celebrating, and that continues even today. So this is as far the language side. Now there are other issues. Second one is a political issues, political alienation. Right, I told you, Mr. Fazlur Rahman, he drifted within 3 months from Mr. Jinnah. And immediately after the creation of Pakistan, as I call it, the Shakespeare's, that famous sentence, unkindest cut of all, in Julius Caesar. So our leaders on 15th August 1947, they all, thought the country is independent, of course, but at the same time, they did not know their geography, because Radcliffe, that report was published only on 17th, 2-3 days after independence. So people did not know their geography. And that is the reason Immediately after independence, some places like Murshidabad, Pakistan flag flew for a couple of days. Some places like Chattogram and certain other places, Sylhet and all, certain other places, particularly Sylhet, Indian flag flew. So there was a lot of confusion. And so this is about the political alienation, as I was telling you, that Mr. Sohrawardi, he was the last prime minister of Bengal before partition. And he was a tall man and a leader of people. So Liaquat Ali, the right-hand man of Muhammad Ali Jinnah, because of his political machinations, he was not given any post. People thought he will be in the cabinet, or at least he will be the head of Bengal. No, he was not given. On the contrary, Nawab of Dhaka, who did not have mass base at all, he was made the head of Bengal. Similarly, later also we have seen till 70, somebody came unceremoniously sacked. And you know that from 1958, in fact, from 1954 onwards, when Iskandar Mirza, he came and he came and took over, and after Liaquat Ali was assassinated, and Jinnah actually did not live long. So there was no such tall leader matching Mr. Muhammad Ali Jinnah, and he died, as you are aware, in 1948 itself. So after that, Liaquat Ali came. He was assassinated within 2.5 years or so. And then Major General Iskandar Mirza. By the way, I'll just deviate 1 minute. You know who is Major General Iskandar Mirza? Would you be knowing his background? He has got a very interesting background. Two things I will tell you. He's a great grandson of Mirzafar, born in Baharampur, Murshidabad. And he's a very intelligent boy. His mother was a very smart lady. Murshidabad palace had a lot of intrigues. Mother did not want children to be brought up there. Mother left Murshidabad along with the children, went to Pune, and then went to Bombay. Iskandar Mirza studied in Bombay. He had very good schooling, very good college. He graduated. And it will be very, very interesting for you all to know very less known fact. He was the first Indian to be commissioned from Sandhurst. 6 cadets were selected in 1921. And those 6 cadets first Indians to appear for the Sandhurst examination.
I think there is some problem from sir's side, right?
Sir, some connectivity issue, sir. Your voice is getting distorted.
Yes, yes.
Sir, it is not coming properly, sir. Totally distorted.
Sir, can you rejoin?
Sir, can you try to change the position also in some other room near the Wi-Fi? Sir, it is getting, sir, your video got stuck. Your voice is getting distorted, sir.
Madhvija, better you call sir and tell him to rejoin.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. It's now okay.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Clearly.
I changed this to hotspot from Airtel dongle to hotspot. Okay.
Yes. Now it is
So
absolutely clear, sir.
yeah. Now I was talking about Iskandar Mirza. He was the
Yes.
first Indian, firstly, he was grandson of Mirzafar and great grandson. And secondly, he was the first one that six, boys were sent to Sandhurst, and he was the only one qualified and became an officer, commissioned officer, only one in that batch in 1922. In that batch, he also was in the Sandhurst cricket team, etc. Anyway, he did well there. So what I wanted to tell you, Iskandar Mirza, going back to the main political scenario in Pakistan, 1954, Iskandar Mirza took over, and from 54 to 58, then he got Ayub Khan, and after Ayub Khan came into power, within 2 weeks, Iskandar Mirza, he was told to pack, and he was sent to London. Never came back alive thereafter to Pakistan. So that was the history. And then from Iskandar Mirza to thereafter Field Marshal Ayub Khan ruled for about 11 plus years, all these things. And then, then Yahya Khan came in 69 sometime. When now, during this period, so there are two things happened. One was that Pakistan did not have a proper constitution. So twice they wanted to have constitution, but they could not have the proper constitution. Secondly, they never had any election, general election. Yahya Khan was for the first time, he was the one in 1970 December, he had that general election. In between, their political people were arrested for their political demonstration. They were not giving very much opportunity, and there was a huge economic deprivation. 55% people here, maximum export money getting money because of Bangladesh. Then this thing because of tea and jute, but one third money they were getting, and two-third West Pakistanis were getting. And they always concerned. Then West Pakistani was becoming a Paratian state. It was becoming a military rules kind of say military and civil. Let me tell you, West Pakistan civil servants, they were even no less than the military generals. There are 22 industrialists, military generals, and civil servants from West Pakistan. They wanted that kind of dictatorship and that influence to continue. And that kind of ruling like a colony, they converted Bangladesh a colony. So that is the economic deprivation. One was the cultural, the domination, economic deprivation, and political alienation. These are the three things that are the major causes of rift. And 1969, famous that Agartala case. Now, Agartala case, the one, that is the time, though Mujibur Rahman was, when he was studying in Calcutta at the time of partition as a student, in college student, from that time onwards, he was into student politics. And later he went to Dhaka University to study law. It is Agartala movement gave Mujibur Rahman, his stature went up. When he was released along with other 30 people accused, and there was huge crowd because students took great lead in Bangladesh politics. When there was huge, huge crowd in Dhaka Maidan, when Mujibur came from the jail after that Agartala case, the Tofel Ahmed, the student leader, he announced that today onwards we will call Mujibur Rahman our great leader Bangabandhu. Even the Bangabandhu name was given by a student leader. Anyway, thereafter, he had that 6 points before election that I was talking in December. The 6 points election manifesto, and that 6 points is basically automation. And automation was, except for foreign policy, it was basically more or less, it was automation. And that was, he won thumbs down. Even he won, and Bhutto was the second, the runners-up with 80 seats. Still, they did not want to give him power. Bhutto famously declared, winning election is not enough. And he said, Udhar tum, idhar hum. I will rule in West Pakistan, you rule in East Pakistan. We are not going to allow you to rule West Pakistan. That is the whole thing. But Modi was absolutely stubborn to his demand. There were negotiations. On 3rd of March, assembly was supposed to be convened as per the declaration of General Yahya, but he postponed it. And at the same time, when he saw from 7th March, there was a historic speech. It is now a UN heritage speech now, UN historic speech recorded by, acknowledged by UN. Then when he said, कि एबारे लड़ाई स्वाधीनतार लड़ाई, माने अब की बार ये स्वाधीन होने के लिए लड़ाई है. We are fighting for independence now. And there was two governments. He said absolute non-cooperation. Government de facto, government de jure. One is UIO's government, one was Mujib's government. And that is the time. In fact, they were having only one division. Even in 1965 war. It's a different thing that India never attacked. So, it was a strategic deception of Pakistan that they shifted 4 more divisions and then they built up to 5 divisions in East Pakistan. Basically, they were buying time. And, on 25th March, night 25th March, Bhutto and Yahya left Dhaka after spending almost 8-10 days. They left for Dhaka. Yahya giving instruction to General Tika Khan, who was then in martial law administrator of East Pakistan. He was notorious for his action in Baluchistan before. He was known as Butcher of Baluchistan. And then because of his notoriety, he was specially selected to sort out Bengalis of East Pakistan. And then that Operation Searchlight, which commenced on night 25th, 26th, that was the time. It was a mass murder, mass killing, mass rape in Dhaka University and the East Bengal Rifles and on police barracks and on the East Bengal Rifles people. And that is the time, that is the night Mujibur Rahman was arrested. He was whisked away and he declared that let every house get converted into a fort. We will fight. We will win. If you have to give more blood, we will give more blood. And he was whisked away to West Pakistan jail. Now, liberation war actually started from there. Initially, there were huge number of refugees. They were crossing to India, India northeastern states. And refugees kept on amassing. Initially, BSF was handling it. In April, in the month of April, sometime in April, then Bangladesh government was formed. Initially in Mujibnagar, in Bangladesh, then they were shifted to Calcutta. Kolkata. And in Kolkata, their facilitation was done by BSF. And the man who coordinated it is Mr. Golak Majumdar, IG BSF and IPS officer. Mr. Golok Majumdar's contribution is immense. In fact, Mr. Golok Majumdar is one that oath ceremony that was taken in Calcutta under the flag of Bangladesh, and a kind of constitution was made, draft kind of that what would be the format, etc. All these things were organized. There are two persons that must be named. One is Mr. Golok Majumdar. Incidentally, Adrija Anushiva, Mr. Golok Majumdar is the first civilian to be awarded PBSM. This is very less known facts, very, very less known facts.
Yes, yes.
And there is one more gentleman, Subroto Roy Chaudhary. Subroto Roy Chaudhary was one of the leading lawyers of Calcutta. And his book, Genesis of Bangladesh, is a treatise. It is he who drafted the initial legal papers for Bangladesh government. So these names are not much known at all. That's why today I said that I would like to say certain things different, those are little less known facts. Now, Mukti Bahini. Now, Mukti Bahini, the initial nucleus was from the East Bengal Rifles, thereafter, and the police forces, etc. And then, students and all peasants, everybody joined later. So, till April, it was Rustamji of BSF, and it was in the month of April, it was Golok Majumdar from Calcutta. They were handling it. But it became beyond them.
Sir, one thing, I'm just interrupting you. Is he the same Rustamji who took part in the dacoit management in Chambal?
I am not too sure. I think he was a well-known IPS officer. I think so.
Yes.
I think so. But he was the first DG BSF. He raised BSF,
Yes,
that I
yes.
know. He raised BSF, and the BSF was initially the training commandant was for my regiment was given Brigadier BC Pandey Padmasri. He was the one who was sent. Army gave him. He is a very good officer. Very this thing for my own regiment, 4th Gorkha Rifles, and that I know. And so this is, and then 30th of April, Army headquarters government told Field Marshal, then General Manekshaw, and General Manekshaw gave order to Eastern Command, okay, now you take on from 1st of May onwards. And May onwards, the training, equipping, etc., camping arrangement was being looked after mainly by Army, though BSF and others were helping. Now, I will just, in between, I will talk about internal political situation of India. That is a must. When Operation Searchlight commenced 2 days after that, Madam Indira Gandhi, she announced in the parliament, she said, we are at pains and we support Awami League and we support the people of Bangladesh. Now, India time and again wanted a political solution because India felt very rightly it's a political problem. Now, what had happened? There are people within India, there are political leaders from our own party, from other parties, opponents. There are some retired generals. There are some bureaucrats. There are other ministers also from our own party. They wanted immediately India must, go and capture Bangladesh. But once bitten, twice shy. You know what happened in 1962? So Field Marshal General Manekshaw and the service chiefs, He was the Joint Chief of Staff then, General Manekshaw. He advised Prime Minister, no, you cannot fight now. Within 2 months, there will be monsoon, and monsoon in Bangladesh, it is almost impossible, to wade through those rivers. And secondly, we are not prepared. India had just one division in Siliguri corridor. That's it. So he said, you have to give me preparation time. We are not equipped. We do not have logistics and road capabilities. So Indira Gandhi listened. And Indira Gandhi, initially from July onwards, from June onwards, she sent emissaries abroad, like Mr. Siddharth Shankar Ray, Yunus Khan, her friend, to all the Muslim countries. Siddhartha Shankar Ray was sent to some countries, Mr. Pranab Mukherjee, Mr. Atal Bihari Vajpayee, Jai Prakash Narayan, and other ministers, foreign ministers, etc. Everybody was sent to many countries of the world. You listen, so many millions, 10 millions people, about about a crore, refugees have come. We are facing socio-economic problems. What is the socio-economic problem? Bengal was in 1971 hotbed of Naxals. Okay. Tripura, there are 14 lakh inhabitants and 17 lakh refugees. Refugees overnumbered Tripura's population. So there was a social problem, huge social problem. So this is the time. So India could ill afford economically. India could ill afford. India's own security was endangered. And that is the time she sent emissaries to people, to many countries. But somehow these emissaries, they could not impress beyond the point. There was a very interesting thing happened. One is the official response from USA. USA was ally of Yahya Khan. The president himself wrote in a note against the recommendation of their own officers, that is there in the archive now, declassified. Do not squeeze Yahya now. And he, drew 3 lines under it. It is emphasis, means it's an order. US tilted towards Pakistan. Why? Not only that, US was a long time then friend of, closer to Pakistan, because Pakistan was member of SEATO and CENTO, etc. Pakistan allowed their, air base for operation of US planes, etc. But quietly, secretly, that was the era of rapprochement, and US was trying to, establish contact with China, and it is Pakistan's president. He worked as a facilitator. And 9th of July 1971, Kissinger came to India, stayed here for a few hours, went to Pakistan, and thereafter it was known that he is sick. But that was simply a deception. He was taken to meet Mao Zedong, and they had a meeting there. That is the fact. Secondly, the response that came, Mrs. Gandhi, she in September, October, November, she also toured UK, Australia, Europe, then last to USA. USA, Mrs. Gandhi was highly disliked by Nixon and Kissinger duo. They never liked. In fact, they did not use good words for her either. So also threatened that if India goes for war, others will not just be an observer. That was a threatening. So that is the time when Indira Gandhi came back empty-handed in November. But July onwards, there was a serious, dialogue, political dialogue, Every time Indira Gandhi insisted on let Yahya have a political solution, and political solution is Mujib has won the election and he has to be installed. And refugees must return. I cannot absorb so many people. I cannot look after. So that is the time. See, Pakistan army already got deployed by middle of October. But Indian army, like Manekshaw, waited for winter to set in so that there is snow in ahead above Sikkim and in Ladakh and all these places, and ahead of Uttarakhand, all these places where Chinese borders are there. So troops were to be withdrawn, rather thinned out, not withdrawn totally, and against 5 divisions, India amassed 7 divisions. A new corps, 2 corps was raised at Krishnanagar. There was that time, there are a lot of plans. Here, one thing I would like to say that Mukti Bahini initial operation, quickly one line, that Operation Jackpot. In Operation Jackpot, 6 brigadiers were given to them. They were trained, armed and all. Initially, Mukti Bahini had 3 phases, you can say, 3 to 4 phases. Initially, they went for frontal attack against a regular Pakistani army. It was not much successful other than one or places. They were rather mauled. Thereafter, guerrilla warfare, they started. After Operation Jackpot, training, etc. The training camps are there inside India. And then it got graduated into 11 sectors. They also formed a small naval force. They were trained in Palasi. That is the Palasi famous. Then there was a small air force also, Mukti Bahini. And Mukti Bahini thereafter, when the war happened just before that, they became Mitra Bahini, and they operated in tandem with the Indian Armed Forces. Now, 2-3 important things I would like to say about the war. One is that in the western side, there is an umbilical cord. It's like the relation between war in the eastern theater and war in the western theater. Because Pakistan's strategy was defense of east lies in the west, meaning that we will attack Punjab and desert, you will recoil, then you will leave Bangladesh, East Pakistan, you will come this side to defend yourselves. And that is the military strategy. And what is the political strategy? Keep India at bay. They are not seeing any problem, internal problem, unhappiness of their people, and all kind of alienations and deprivations. For everything and anything they said, it is happening because of India. Be it Bhasha Andolan, be it Agartala, everything they blamed only India. Their vision got so blurred that they could not see beyond India. They cannot see. माने वो दिया के नीचे जो अंधेरा देखा वो है ना, वो वाली बात होगी. And now, Indian political strategy was occupy that much of land, initially up to river lines, so that these people can go back to their own land at the earliest, and thereafter destroy the East Pakistani army and defend the territory. Offensive in the east and offensive defense in the west. That was the Indian strategy. In the west, against Pakistan, 10 divisions, India had 12 infantry division, 1 armored division, but Pakistan had 2 armored divisions. So if you compare, you will see in the east or west, there was actually no heavy, disparity. Rather, as far as east is concerned, in a military teaching, they say when you attack in plains, the ratio has to be 1:3. It means if you want to attack a battalion level enemy, you at least launch a brigade consisting of 3 battalions. But here, They had 5 divisions, India had just 7 divisions. Yes, they had less artillery vis-a-vis India, and Air Force, they were bad. Okay, they are very poor. East, West, Air Force was not, they were almost at parity. Navy, overall, Pakistan was definitely India had a upper hand with an aircraft carrier with India and submarine, etc. Now, Indian strategy, the biggest strategy as I see of Indira Gandhi was that August signing of peace treaty and friendship treaty with Russia. That is the master stroke. I would call it political and diplomatic master stroke. So, and that helped India because United Nations, then India's representative in UN was Mr. Samar Sen. United Nations inaction all through was absolutely disgusting. Why United Nations inaction was disgusting? Because United Nations Security Council had, as you are aware, even till date, the 5 members, US, China, UK, France, so Russia. Only Russia was supporting Indian and Bangladeshi cause. US and China supported the Pakistani cause. UK, France, they were at times neutral, but they were not overtly neutral because they did not want to antagonize their big brother USA. USA also urged China to scare Indians, to open a front, though China used big words, but they did not. Okay. Now, when next I come to, so when Indira Gandhi came back, initially there was a planning that if this is the thing, we have to launch a war, possibly from 4th of December. There's a planning. Now, from foreign ministry side, Mr. A.K. Ray, Joint Secretary Arundhati Ghosh, then these are the people they were looking after. Mr. K.P. Singh, Mr. Dixit, Jain Dixit. These are the 4-5 people. They were always in Calcutta. They were tying up with the Bangladesh government in exile. And Mukti Bahini head was Colonel Ghani, Usman Ghani. He was then much retired. He was, then he was a MP rather. He won an election, but he was appointed as the commander. Though I must say one thing, 100% Mukti Bahini was not under him. Like Tiger Siddiqui was operating independently. There are 3-4 more people. They were other Bahini. They were independent. About 80% Mukti Bahini was under him. But then Mukti Bahini ultimately came out with the Indian Army. They were listening. Naturally, it was getting operated simultaneously. Now, when did the war start? Once Indira Gandhi came back from the USA, she gave green signal to the chiefs. Now, you know what happened? When a hot war scenario, there is aggressive patrolling always in any war. Here also there are aggressive patrolling and hot pursuits. Pakistan army in the east, this Yahya Khan replaced Tikka Khan. That, the history is very clear. And Yahya Khan said that I will raid, my commandos will raid, Calcutta, and Farakka bridge will bomb, and Calcutta will bomb and raid, and all these Bengalis of Calcutta will just run away. And they were, bragging like empty bragging that Muslim never got defeated by Hindus, all kind of braggings. So November end, when it was once again told that Yahya Khan that take a political decision, but on 24th of November, Yahya said, within 10 days, I am going to go for war. You will see me in the front. Now, there are a few things I would like to say. That one is, in the preliminary ops in East Pakistan army, they came to Baira, they attacked that area. On 21st November, India attacked 14 Punjab and Mukti Bahini. They attacked the famous battle of Garibpur. And on 22nd Baira, IAF, Indian Air Force, drew its first blood, and did a marvelous job. 4 thrust lines, 1 by 2 corps from Krishnanagar, 33 corps, Hilly Gaibanda that side, they were operating. 4 corps under Lieutenant General Sagat Singh, astride Meghna, and 101 communication zone, initially under General G.S. Gill, and later he was the only general officer who was mine casualty. He got injured on 6th of December, and he had to be immediately replaced by General Gandharv Nagra, both from 4th Gorkha Rifles. He was coming from northwards, down below. Now, this is the 4th thrust line that went for the operation. By 6th of December, complete Air Force of Pakistan was totally grounded, either destroyed or the runway so destroyed that they could not take off. That is the state. And Indian Air Force did a marvelous job in supporting the army. And Indian Navy did also a marvelous job in whatever tasks they were given, like sea lane, securing sea lane and other tasks, and destroying the navy of like INS in Pakistan Navy, etc. In that, of course, Indian Navy's INS Khukri was lost. But Indian Navy otherwise performed extremely well, and is the first time that all 3 services, they acted with full synergy, and they acted together, and 2 fronts and naval everywhere they did well. Now, highlights is that first time a heliborne operation happened on 6th of December, when 450 was when a battalion was airlifted in the operation of Sylhet. And by about 10th, 11th, within another 3-4 days, the Meghna, Ashuganj bridge was the only bridge which was destroyed, and it was almost time frame wise, it was not happening that a new bridge to be laid and then crossing of Meghna. So that brilliant General Sagat Singh, he launched the Heli Bridge operation, the first one in Asia, in the history of Asia. 110 sorties under Daredevil Group Captain Chandan Singh. Later he retired as Air Vice Marshal, and he got embassy also. A brigade was inducted across Meghna. And on 11th December, the 2 para, it was para dropped at Tangail. So these 2 para, when 2 para was para dropped, what happened? Before that, there was a para brigade training. Somebody posted that picture, and BBC gave a news that a brigade has been para dropped, and Niaji panicked. He started talking about reinforcements, and his chief in Pakistan gave a huge bluff to his own general and said, yellow from north and whites from south are coming, meaning which that Chinese are coming from the north to help you moving, and Americans are moving from the sea route. So nothing, that was bluff. Though I must say that when things were pretty bad and nothing happening in United Nations, because thrice veto was given by Russia. Okay, it was only on 14th of December. On 14th of December, Though uh, USS Enterprise, they, to scare Indian, the Seventh Fleet was moved and they entered the Bengal. And on 14th of December, when Air Force got an inkling and intercept a message that Governor Dr. Malik, along with the generals and senior officials, are having a meeting in Government House in Dhaka, they quickly, you know, picked up some tourist map and something, and then that four fighter aircrafts got and went for a precision bombing at the governor's house. And then governor got so scared that he hid below a dining table or some table, put up his resignation, wrote his resignation letter, and with the help of US embassy staff, went to Intercontinental Hotel where UN and other foreign staffs were living. And on 16th, that is another day I must share, on 16th December was the whole day is a day of drama. One-on-one communication zone, evening before, was orbit as till now they were operating independently, but an evening before they are orbited with 4 core, but their signal instruction did not reach somehow to the GOC. A brigade commander, he already reached Mirpur Bridge early morning, 2 para near Dhaka. And then General Nagra, the 101 GOC, he reached there. They were trying to, everybody was dashing towards Dhaka. So he reached, and the brigade commander told him that, listen, my signal people have intercepted that there is a ceasefire. Because Manekshaw for this EIA requested for a ceasefire, and Manekshaw before the last couple of days he was throwing leaflets, sending message to EIA that why do you want to bleed more? It is better that you call for you surrender and ceasefire, etc. So Nagra, he sent his ADC, Captain Hitesh Mehta, and 2 para officers, couple of them. They went with a message that your time is up, Abdullah. You better surrender, and we'll look after you as per the Geneva Convention. But incidentally, Nagra was before that posted in Pakistan embassy as Indian defense attaché, and he knew Niaji well. So then Nagra and Jacob, he flew from the Eastern Command, and they went for a hard negotiation. He was ready for ceasefire, but he was just not ready to surrender. That was the state of affairs of Yahya Khan, Niazi in East Pakistan. But Yahya Khan also before that informed that you have fought well, now may God be with you. I can't do anything more. It implied. So Niazi, ultimately, he was told, actually, Indian troops were not much, but there was a bluff game on. But Kadesh Siddiqui, with his around 20,000 plus, were roaming around Dhaka, around that place. So Niazi was told categorically that we are already 3,000 people of our army. They have surrendered you. Besides that, there are 30,000 Mukti Bahinis. They will just lynch you. You better surrender. And reluctantly, he agreed. And of course, Army Commander General Jagjit Arora was informed. Then he flew, and Naval Head, Air Force heads, of Eastern, they also flew. And there was from Mukti Bahini, there was a group captain Khondekar, because Usman Ghani was not available, or there are many stories about it, whether he was bypassed or whether he was. But Indian Army's version was that helicopter could not reach him. There was some problem in time, etc. Because everything happened in a hurry. And you know that at 4:30, it was, it was signed there. Immediately, it was passed to Mrs. Indira Gandhi, and Mrs. Indira Gandhi declared that Bangladesh is now free. In between, one thing I would like to say, on 6th of December, India, there are two aspects I would like to say. On 6th of December, India was the first time declared Bangladesh as an independent nation, recognized. Before that, it did not. Bangladesh government in exile from Calcutta, they were literally pressing. But India wanted the world to know that India has not waged war. Because on 3rd of December, it was the Pakistan Air Force which first launched, a massive attack in the west and north on the pattern of Israelis' warfare in 1967. What Israelis did to Arab, similarly, Pakistan followed Pakistan Air Force and they went for a preemptive airstrike. And that is the thing. Is that time Indira Gandhi was in Calcutta, Manekshaw was somewhere else, Jagjivan Rao, defense minister, was somewhere else. All three they came to Delhi, and then Indira Gandhi declared that formal war is commenced now. So that's how the war started from 3rd of December. And it concluded within about 14 days with the surrender. That was the thing. But about the genocide, I thousands and thousands of women were raped. There have been war babies, and they did not follow any age. They kept even women, that like a war booty. They kept in the brothel, in the camp, in the bunkers. That was the thing. Then they killed hundreds of thousands. They killed, genocide. There was some kind of revenge killing of Biharis, Muslims also, those who joined Rajakars and those who supported pro-Pakistani people. It's not that there was no revenge killing. But three things stand out. One is that 80% of the refugees, other 85% refugees were Hindus. And Hindus were specially targeted. There have been documented, this has been documented. Hindu women, Hindu men, Hindu houses were specially targeted. And their journalists used to come and used to ask with great this thing, how many you have killed? And they also were planning to, change the blood, what this through this mass rape and all. So these are the things, unfortunately, that genocide remains unrecognized till date because of many reasons. Westerners' apathy, UN inaction, and of course in Bangladesh, some of the government, those who supported were pro-Pakistanis, some government in between. In fact, they gave amnesty to them, they gave power to them. So now in the present government, since 2017, in a big way, they are trying to get genocide recognized. On 14th, the worst thing happened on 14th December, that Buddhijivi Divas, in the sense that intellectuals of Dhaka, professors, artists, engineers, doctors, there is a planned killing that day, mass killing, to finish a nation so that they go back. When they saw, okay, now we are going to lose these Rajakars and the Pakistani army and Rajakars, they killed so many of them. And Bangladesh, observes it as Buddhijivi Shahid Divas, but is intellectuals martyrs day. These are the, so if these are not genocide, then what is genocide? And that is what I wanted to say. And I would like to say also one thing, that musicians, artists in India, in all over the world, in Bangladesh, and that radio, which they had initially in Agartala and then slowly and then shifted to Kolkata, that Bangladesh, that radio, that really, they fought without sword, but they were no less soldiers. You remember, in Harrison Square, Ravi Shankar and all these people, they raise funds. A lot of our artists raise funds. A lot of our students, Calcutta University, everywhere, Bombay artists, everywhere funds were raised, and we gave a huge support. I would like to, all these things from partition to this thing, I would like to say two things that I like to quote Charles Dickens' A Tale from the Tale of Two Cities. And then I will try to quote one more. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. It was the age of wisdom. It was the age of foolishness. It was the epoch of belief. It was the epoch of incredulity. It was the season of light. It was the season of darkness. It was the spring of hope. It was the winter of despair. This is what Charles Dickens. This partition as well as dismemberment of Pakistan, it exactly went and happened in that kind of fashion. That was the social scenario, and that was the kind of uh, and why we won war. Mao Zedong famously said, "Those who win war, they first win and then fight, and then those who lose war, then they first lose and then fight." And about the winning of war, I would like to end my talk with a beautiful poem of Lieutenant Colonel Frederick Timmerman Jr. Victory turns on the spirit of armies, will of commanders, and the support of the civilian national base. We had a huge support. You know, we were fighting as United India, they were fighting as divided Pakistan. Okay? Not simply the indiscriminate application of raw force. Let any of the three components of victory be lacking and defeat is assured. This is what exactly happened with Pakistan, and no wonder they lost their war. Today, on this Vijay Divas, lakhs and lakhs of people of Bangladesh died. 1,574 soldiers and all ranks officers from in the Eastern Theater alone became martyrs. I pay homage to them. Jai Hind, Jai Bangla. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for enlightening us about the history and progress and strategy and actually what we got from the war in such a brief way. And with the words from Sir, we will also like to conclude our session by paying our homage to all the martyrs of our armed forces as well as the citizens of Bangladesh, uh, the martyrs of Mukti Bahini, and last but not the least, we would like to remember the 54 forgotten war heroes whom we could not get back. Pakistan always said that nothing is recorded as POW from their side. So, that lost, not recorded war heroes who could not get back should be remembered today. And probably, even after this decisive win, this is a time when India as a nation should be ashamed for this failure. And this is the time when we should, uh, we should pray for a forgiveness from their families who even don't know where their loved ones are. So, with the remembrance to all the martyrs, to all the warriors, and to every citizens of Bangladesh who faced a hard time before they declared as a free nation, we would like to conclude our session today. But our discussion on this 50th anniversary will continue throughout December month. And in coming weeks, we will have more guests to know about various battles fought by our veterans of 71 war. Jai Hind.
Thank you. Jai Hind.